Okay, so I think it's wonderful that we're having this discussion at this time. This is wonderful. This is long overdue. My name is Monica Shimonik, and I've been fighting for equal rights to my son for over 10 years. He's a teenager now. I see him 4 days a month. I just saw him today for the first time in 12 days, and this has been, to say that this is a inconvenience, this has been absolutely positively destructive in my family, multi-generational destruction in my family. I have two other children. They have a very sporadic relationship with their older brother. I'm married to a gentleman named Peter Shimonik, who I met in this building 6 years ago now. And we have been fighting, together for combined 23 years for equal rights to our sons. And so I think it's wonderful that we're having this discussion because we can't seem to get relief. We both have positions in the Supreme Court. We've both been knocking on the doors to the Judiciary Committee for 6 years. We cannot get relief anywhere. We can't get relief in the court. We can't get relief anywhere. So my concern is that it looks like we're trying to address a 50-year crisis in our families by using government services to do that. Fatherhood Initiative, DCF, more and more state-funded, discussions. Why don't we just simply apply the Constitution to family law, where the government cannot strip a citizen of a fundamental right without proper due process, and we aren't getting that in family court. Parents are losing custody of their children on a preponderance of evidence standard, on a best interest of the child. I heard best interest of the child like 6 times since I walked in. The government, in my opinion, it has no interest in the best interest of the child. What's best for the child is when the parents' fundamental legal rights are upheld in family court. So it is a constitutional right to get married. It's a constitutional right to end that marriage. So dissolving a romantic bond is not a state interest. Two parents disagreeing about children is not a state interest unless the children are being harmed. And what's harming these children is the insert of government into their lives. GALs, AMCs, parenting coordinators, DCF. We are involving way too much state services, government services, and instead we should just simply be upholding the fit parents' rights. Again, entering into a divorce is not a compelling state interest. There's no reason to involve government. And what the biggest offender is that we judges, our statutes allow for a fit parent to sue the other fit parent for their share of the rights. We should not even be allowing a parent to have standing to even ask for sole custody. I can't walk into court and ask that the state take away my neighbor's right to own property. I can't walk into court as a Caucasian woman and say, I want the state to remove Black children from my kids' schools. I don't have authority as a private citizen to ask the government to strip a fundamental right away from another private citizen. So why are we allowing a parent to ask the government to take rights away from the other parent? We don't allow that when the parents are married. My husband and I are married. If I walked into family court and said, please restrict my husband's right to parent our children, 26 days a month, the government would tell me to go home. So why do we depend on marriage to protect our fundamental rights to our children? These are separate relationships, and the Supreme Court has said that parental rights are not tied to marriage. And this state, Connecticut, is one of the worst states for this. We are attaching fundamental rights to marital status, and we can't do that anymore. So I think less government and more upholding and recognizing and protecting of fundamental rights is the way to solve this 50-year crises in our families. And the other thing is, this impacts everybody. This problem is damaging our public education. It's causing our special education budgets to have to expand over 10% a year. I think a lot of that is because the family courts are stripping parents away from kids. Kids are now becoming emotionally, destabilized because of it. This is impacting foreclosure rates. My husband and I were on the verge of foreclosure, fighting for our kids. So, parents are closing down on their homes to pay for attorneys to get their fundamental rights restored to them. This is destroying our health, our public health.
Monica?
Sorry.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
The answer is less government and more Constitution.